What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're getting into my Southwestern Athletic Conference Tournament predictions, the 30th conference tournament video. After this, we have just two more to go, so stay tuned for those. But let's get into our predictions here. And that's going to start out with the standings. Number one seed is Grambling State. Been a great year for Grambling State, finishing 14-4 in conference play. Then we got the two seed Alcorn State, finishing 13-5 in conference play. Alcorn State's on a 9-game winning streak, so they were 4-5 originally, but have completely turned things around. But then you get to the 3 seed, Texas Southern, the team that seems to always somehow win this conference. Wouldn't be surprised if it happens again. They're tied up with 4-seeded Southern. Both those teams have a 12-6 record in conference play. Then you got 5-seed Bethune tied up with 6-seeded Jackson State. Both of them have 11-7 record in conference play. Then you get to 7-seeded Alabama A&M with a 9-9 record in conference play. 8-seeded Alabama State, who just beats out Arkansas Pine Bluff to make this tournament. Alabama State had an 8-10 record in conference play. Then you get to teams that just weren't nearly as good enough. You got Prairie View, A&M finishing 5-13 in conference play. Florida A&M finishing 4-14 in conference play, and Mississippi Valley State finishing 1-17. Honestly, I don't know why they call this Southwestern Athletic Conference. I guess they needed to throw something else in there. It really is just like Eastern to middle teams. But anyway, let's get into our predictions here. That's going to start out with Alabama A&M taking on Alcorn State. This game is on the Wednesday, so they did this on purpose to give the first two matchups an advantage, and they get a days of rest. But anyway, Alcorn State obviously on a 9-game winning streak. We take a look here. These two met on the 11th of January. Alcorn State won by 3 at Alabama A&M. And that was their only matchup, I believe. Yes, it was. Only matchup of the year. So Alcorn State and Alabama A&M, even when Alcorn State was kind of struggling, they did beat Alabama A&M pretty good. Honestly, I like Alabama A&M to win this, or Alcorn State, to win this one. Just a way hotter team at this point. And yeah, that's my main reason. Give me Alcorn State. Then the next matchup, we got Grambling State taking on Alabama State. Grambling State played Alabama State on the 10th of February. Grambling won by 6. And then Alabama State just recently won in double overtime. You know what? I need an upset somewhere. Let's go with Alabama State to continue and beat Grambling State. I know Grambling State's had a great season, but I'm going to go with an 8-1. Just a gut pick there. Alabama State just barely beat this team. I probably anticipate a close game between these two, but let's go with Alabama State to take down the number 1 seed in the conference. All right, then we got the Thursday matchups. Jackson State taking on Texas Southern. Like I said, will someone be able to dethrone Texas Southern? Because it seems like most of the time, most years, Texas Southern is the team that comes out on top of this conference. On the 22nd of January, Jackson State beat Texas Southern by 9. And then on the 2nd of March, Texas Southern beat Jackson State by 10. Yeah, I just can't pick against Texas Southern when it comes to this tournament, at least this early on. Give me Texas Southern to beat Jackson State. All right, Southern versus Bethune. We got a 4 versus a 5 matchup here for our final one of the first round. Southern on the 15th of January. Bethune beat Southern in overtime. That was at Bethune. And on the 2nd, Bethune beat Southern by 6 at Southern. So Bethune has gotten the best of Southern as of late. But I don't think that's going to happen this time. I am going to go with Southern here. I think this is a better team. I don't think Bethune was going to be able to beat Southern 3 times in 1 year. So give me Southern to win as a 4 seed. All right, then we got Friday for the semifinals. Alcorn State takes on, Alabama State takes on Southern. Let's take a look here. On the 10th of February, Southern beat Alabama A&M, or no, that was Alabama A&M, not, sorry. On the 12th of February, Southern beat Alabama State by 11. That was at Southern. And then Southern beat Alabama State by 8 on March 7th. I'm going to go with 8-seeded Alabama State, though, to continue their run to the championship game. Hard to beat a team 3 times, and that's my reason for going with Alabama State. Give me Alabama State. All right, 2-seeded Alcorn State versus 3-seed Texas Southern. We take a look on the 20th of January. Texas Southern beat Alcorn State by 11. And then, but just recently on the 4th of March, Alcorn State, in the middle of their win streak, beat Texas Southern by 9. That was at Texas Southern. I'm going to have 2-seeded. It's hard to pick against Texas Southern, honestly, in the tournament. But I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with Alcorn State getting the job done over Texas Southern, continuing their 9-game winning streak to move on. So then we have 2-seed Alcorn State, 8-seeded Alabama State for this championship. On the 13th of January, Alabama State won by 2. That was at Alabama State. And then that was it. I just kind of feel like giving Alabama State at this point, if they can beat Grambling State, I think they could beat anyone. I think that this Alcorn State run will come to an end with their winning streak. I'm going to go with 8-seeded Alabama State. This is probably my wild card pick of all these conference tournaments. I think I need at least one. And I just have a feeling, man, a lot of these I'm just going gut feelings for these mid-majors because honestly, they're so tight. That's why I'm going to go with Alabama State to come out on top of this conference. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching this video today. Comment down below your predictions. And anyway, guys, peace out.